Hey everybody, and welcome back to Stansville's. David here, and we got another interior detail on this classic Jag. Now this isn't just any Jaguar, this is actually the anniversary edition, so it is only one of 500 ever produced and only one of 240 that came to North America. And it is pretty filthy, so we're gonna give it a deep vacuum, deep shampoo, wipe down all the hard surfaces, you know, clean it the Stance Bros way. So aside from all the dust on the hard surfaces, the seats, this car just really does need a very good deep vacuum, because as you can see, there's a bunch of rocks, there's crumbs, there's dirt all over the carpet, so that's what we're gonna get started with right away. So now that we've vacuumed out the entire car, we're gonna go ahead and shampoo the carpets. I know they already look clean, but we just wanna go the extra mile and give it a quick shampoo for our client. So we're gonna go ahead and hit it with P&S Carpet Bomber and let this soak in for a little bit. And come behind it with the drill brush and then extract it. Now that I've extracted everything, I'm just gonna grab a microfiber towel, kind of wipe down all the soap that I can't get out of these things, the foot pedals, and just any soap that I can see left over. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the hard plastics and the seat, and then condition all the seats with you guys. So now that we shampooed, I gotta clean up wherever the shampoo kind of sprayed or any dust that's on the hard surfaces. There's a bunch of white marks that are all over the car, and that's a different story for our exterior wash that we're gonna be doing as well. And we'll talk about why there's a bunch of white marks everywhere. But first things first, we're gonna spray down the door. Notice how I'm gonna cover the speaker up. That's just gonna make sure that I don't spray directly in that speaker. Make sure nothing goes in that speaker right away. Spray a little into this brush. And we're just gonna agitate the door a little bit. The brush also helps us get into those little cracks all around the door, inside the handles, all the way down. And it also helps me get around the speaker without actually going in that speaker. And no, we're not using steam. We're finding that with more powerful steamers being produced, they're actually melting and wrecking people's interior, and we don't want that. So if worst comes to worst, we'll spray down everything with the Tornado, but this door wasn't that bad, so just the brush and the wipe down will be good to go. Now these are carpeted in here, so I gotta vacuum them out, but we'll do that after. See, the door didn't even look that dirty, but look at all that's coming off. We're also gonna get inside here as well. Steering wheel. The dash. We'll be wiping down the windshield and the windows anyways, and cleaning with glass cleaner all the speedometers, so it's okay if we spray a little bit on there. Again with the brush, to get the finer details. Fun fact about your steering wheel is in 1 month it will accumulate more fecal matter, so poo, than a toilet seat. So even though it looks clean, you still want to bring it by for a detail every month or so. Unless you're okay with touching poo. But we are using P&S Interior Express. Brush also helps me get down where my fingers can't really reach. You never want to let this stuff dry. It's probably the worst thing you can do. Just make sure you're working kind of fast. Don't miss anything, but work as fast as you possibly can. Sorry if I honked the horn, I'm not meaning to. The interior cleaner is more just to get any harsher dirts that are caked onto your plastics or your hard surfaces. If there's any kind of dust left behind, we will actually get that with the interior shine and protect. Or if you've noticed that you've cleaned a spot and it's sparkling, and then you go to the other side and you have the door open and some dust blows in, don't worry too much about that. Again, you'll just pick that up with your interior shine. I keep opening the back thing. Now that's annoying. Pretty cool that I get to work on cars like this. Not every day that a 1 of 500 will come into the shop. You know, we have some pretty rare cars like the Z4M, the Z3M Roadster, but nothing quite like this. Again. All right, and then we're gonna come out and we're going to start on this seat. Same thing, spray it down. Actually, let's remove this first. We'll clean this separately. Spray down the seat. And we will be conditioning it as well, but we gotta still clean it first. Spray down here quickly where we accidentally shampooed. Get that done. Here. Okay, so one of the last things that we do before the interior shine, just so we don't mess up the interior shine, is we do the windows. So using McLaren's glass cleaner, and we're gonna spray it onto a damp cloth, just to eliminate as many streaks as we possibly can, because we all hate streaks. I'm gonna go a little bit on here, and see how we just hit the door. If there was shine there, then we would have to re-shine the door. But glass cleaner and water is not gonna wreck the door, so that's why we do it before we dress the interior. Then we're gonna take our waffle weave towel. So we're gonna hit it with this side, and then hit it with this side to get rid of all the streaks. So this will just soak up all the water. I like to blow a little bit on it, just to get rid of the streaks again. I won't lie, I struggle with windows too, so it's okay if you guys do. And we're gonna flip it around to this side. And if you feel it grab, that's just streaks hanging on for dear life. So go until the window becomes nice and smooth. A little blowy, because that fixes everything. And you'll be left with streak-free windows. Okay, so we're almost done this detail. We're just gonna spruce up the leather a little bit with P&S Shine-All, diluted properly for the leather. And the way that we're gonna apply it is we're gonna put it a little bit onto this applicator pad. That was more than what I actually wanted. Spread it out. And we're just gonna apply kind of like a ceramic coating. We're gonna apply it. And it might look shiny now, but it will not dry shiny. Leather is not meant to be shiny. Any product that makes your leather shiny is actually ruining it. Leather is meant to be black. Healthy leather is, sorry, matte, not black. I'm gonna apply it everywhere. Doesn't matter the motion, you can go in circles, you can go crosshatch. I like to go in straight lines like a ceramic coating. I'm just used to doing coatings, that's why. I get the whole seat, and we will do the back as well, don't worry. I'm just doing what I can reach right now. We're gonna let that sit anywhere between 30 to maybe 45 seconds. Grab your towel, and with the plushy side, you're gonna buff it off until you get that nice matte finish. This will also protect against any fading from the sun. If you guys do spill anything on your seats, it'll be a little bit hydrophobic. It will repel any kind of dust, germs, anything like that. And most importantly, the next time you come and see me, it'll make it a lot easier to clean your leather. Flip it over, just make sure you got everything, and it is super slick now. Like, the towel basically falls off. Perfect. And that is how you condition your leather. Always make sure that you clean the leather first, then condition it. Okay, so we're reaching the final part of our detail, which is the interior dressing. So this kind of looks a little bit dull. We're just gonna dress it up. This is also gonna protect against fading from the sun, repel dust, and make it easier to clean in the future. But we're gonna spray onto the microfiber first. Come on over here. And buff it onto the door and let it sit and dry. This will not dry shiny. Once again, we don't really have many things other than our tire shine that dries shiny. We like a nice matte finish on the interior and then a nice glossy finish on the exterior. Go ahead, wipe it all on and make sure that we get everything, because if we don't, it does stick out like a sore thumb. You can go over the speaker a little bit just to darken it up a little bit. I wouldn't spray ever into any kind of speakers, but with your microfiber, just kind of go over it. Get the top of here too. Over here, down here. Good. And then we're gonna use a different side for the steering wheel and the dash. Again, we're gonna spray the cloth. Because if you do, you can spray the door. There's nothing wrong with that, but you might stain it with little tiny speckles. The other thing that I like about this stuff here is it will not dry slippery, so that way that when we do the steering wheel, it's not unsafe to drive. Oh, it's my bracelet. Underneath, get this here. Again, sorry guys if I honk the horn, but you gotta apply a little bit of pressure. Trying my best not to. Keys. Might as well wipe down the keys for the guy. Shine up his keys. There we go. Get the wood. No, it's not going to shine up the vinyl wood here, but it will protect it against the sun. Get his phone holder. Everything's looking nice today. And then take your cloth, go like this, and get right in between the steering wheel. There you go. And that will pretty much conclude our detail, other than the mats. Let's go over and do those mats. P&S carpet bomber. And let that sit for maybe 10, 20 seconds. There we go. And before we extract, we're actually going to hit it again with the pressure washer. And whatever's left over, we're going to use the extractor for. You know, a little bit of backstory is he came in, we resprayed the car. It had a flawless finish, except it wasn't so flawless as there was a ton of orange peel. So what we did is we wet sanded it all down for him, used the rotary, and because of that, we got a bunch of white marks all over the place and some dust just from the compound from the rotary. So we're gonna be doing an exterior detail. It's gonna be a little bit different. We're still gonna start off with the wheels, but the whole wash process is just going to be a little bit shorter as it's already super smooth, so we don't really need the clay, we don't need to decontaminate. We're just going to do a contact wash and bring it over for a wax. The reason we're doing a wax is because he just wants it to look nice. So when he puts it away for winter, next summer, it's looking nice. He's going to bring it back to us and we're actually going to ceramic coat it for him. Okay, so you always want to start off with the dirtiest part of the car, which would be the wheels, because they're constantly touching the ground. First thing, we're going to spray on the rims and the brake pads. Second thing, we're going to spray onto the rubber. And the third thing is actually the wheel cleaner itself. I'll let each one soak in a little bit, do its thing. You can agitate it with your brush. Rinse off. Use it again for the rims. And after we clean this wheel, I'll go ahead off camera and just clean the rest of the wheels. So I don't think anyone really wants to sit here and watch me clean wheels for 5-10 minutes. Good. I'm just gonna pressure wash it all off. Be good to go. Like I said, I'm gonna go do the exact same thing to the 3 other wheels and rims, and then I'll catch you guys back over for this foam up and contact wash. Okay, so now that we've cleaned the dirtiest part of the car and there's no chance of when we're spraying, it's gonna bounce back up onto our paint and ruin our paint, we're gonna go ahead, foam up the car and do a contact wash. Now we're gonna work panel by panel just to ensure that we get the whole car evenly, we don't miss any spots, and nothing ever dries on the car. I know we're indoors, but we just like to take the extra precautions. And it also makes it a lot easier to film this for you guys. I'm gonna go back and forth on it. Again, we're doing a very thorough job, but we're just trying to get that dust off. We're not gonna push too hard, nothing like that. Per panel, we're gonna flip the mitt. As soon as that panel's done, I know it's tempting just to keep going, but we're gonna wash in one bucket, move it over, and then squeeze it out. And rinse it all off. We don't have to worry too much about the soap that oversprayed onto the other panels because we're going to be cleaning those next anyways and then rinsing them off. And then right after, we'll go around the entire car and make sure it's completely rinsed off before we dry it. So I'll catch you guys back over here. All right, now we got to do the front of the car, same kind of thing, foam it up, contact wash, and we're done. We're going to do this side too. I think my favorite part about this Jag is the supercharged V8 engine. You know, for a 2002, I believe, I could be wrong, I think it does 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds, which back in 2002 to compete with the M5, that's pretty good for a Jaguar, especially one of this size. And this is not aluminum, this is metal. Another fun thing that we're doing to this Jag is we're actually upgrading the pulley to a supercharged pulley, and that's definitely going to bring it up to 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. And again, for a 2002 Jag that's fully loaded, metal, not aluminum, that's quick. That's going to be quick. Drop my mitt. If I drop my mitt, we would have to get a new mitt. Okay, and the last panel that I am gonna do with you guys, just because it's a little hard to fit the camera and the lighting on the passenger side, is the back here. And we are gonna clean these as well. I'm gonna spray a little bit of the iron decontamination in them, as well as P&S Brake Buster, just for a little bit of a stronger chemical. And we're gonna go ahead and foam up the back of the car. Don't worry, we will scrub in the exhaust pipe. I want some soap to be in there as well. side here. Perfect. You guys can see I'm not spraying directly into the mufflers. That can actually ruin your car. You just want to spray indirectly or very quick over them. And don't worry, you'll get all the soap out, especially when you start driving. As soon as this thing starts up, all that soap's gonna spray out anyways. And there's not much in there to begin with. Again, don't spray directly in there. The thing we're gonna do, part of the wash process, is dry the car. Again, after this wash, we're gonna wax it for him just so it can look nice for storage for the winter. And then come summer, he's bringing it back for us to ceramic coat. And we'll be throwing a Labo Cosmetica coating on it, 6 years, STC plus HPC Pro. That's just gonna increase the gloss, protect the vehicle against the sun, all weather elements, bird dropping, sap, stuff like that, as well as light surface scratches and repel dust, make it easier to clean. Basically increases the resale value. Not that I think this guy's gonna sell his car ever after he dropped this much money on it, but hey, clearly he knows what he's doing. Okay, so our choice of wax is Colonite 845. It's an old school wax for an old school ride. The way that we're gonna be applying this is with a DA polisher and a white pad from Rupes. I'm just gonna apply little tiny dots. And then go ahead and apply it to the car. We're gonna do half the car, buff it off, and do the other half. So just like polishing, you won't, well, for waxing, we're gonna have it on speed 2, but just like polishing, so you put it on the paint, we're gonna turn it on. You just wanna apply a nice, even amount, cross-hatch motion all over the panel. Leave it sit for 10 to 15 minutes. Again, that depends on your humidity, temperature, and everything like that inside your guys' garages or shops. You can also apply this wax by hand. I just find it a lot faster to use a machine. But the machine that I am using is made to actually mimic hand motion, random orbital. So yeah, I'm really just using it to save time here. In all honesty, we'll probably speed the video up a little bit of me polishing, but for the most part, to do half of the back end and then 1, 2, 3, almost 5 panels, it's been about 5 minutes. Like, this is super quick, not hard to do whatsoever. I'm gonna bring you guys right up close here for when I buff it off. All right, so I know you guys can't really see on the camera. I tried to position it a few different ways. I'll try and bring you up close here. That is what it should look like right there. Now it's time to buff it off. I'm gonna try and hold the camera while I buff it off, so sorry for any shakiness. But it should just come right off, leaving a nice glossy finish. Now again, I know you guys will probably be able to see a little bit of scratching, a little bit of marring, and that is just because of the heavy cut that we did with the rotary. He wants to put it away as soon as possible for winter. This wax is gonna go on to help repel any dust that it gets over in the storage unit there, or wherever he stores his cars. And then if any lights or anything are on it, it'll protect against UV rays, typical wax stuff. We here at Stamps Bros stand by Colonite. They do a great wax. This stuff is super easy to buff off. As soon as you start buffing it off, like, it's super slick. I can't even describe it to you guys. You guys gotta go check it out. Colonite 845. Buy it pretty much anywhere. And don't worry, like I mentioned, we are doing the ceramic coating. Before the ceramic coating goes on, we will remove 99% of all the swirls and scratches from this vehicle. But and I'm pretty sure it's on our Instagram of what it used to look like, and trust me, it looks a good 60% better. And we'll get it to 100% before that ceramic coating, as always. You also don't want to leave any of the wax on your vehicle, because if you let wax sit and dry, it's almost like compound, almost as hard to get off as compound. It becomes ridiculously hard to get off. So I'm gonna go ahead, do the other side of the car, buff it off, and I'll show you guys the results. Okay guys, that's it for today's detail. As you can see, there was a huge improvement. We got rid of all the polish that was in between the cracks, any dust, and all the white stuff from the wet sanding. Is there still imperfections in the paint? 100%. Will we remove those before the ceramic coating goes on? 100%. But it's washed and waxed. He's gonna be very happy with it. He's gonna move it into storage, and then next year, or in a couple of months from now, we will be doing the ceramic coating. If you guys did enjoy today's video, please give us a thumbs up. It really does help us. You know, I put a lot of time and effort into these videos, we all do. And just to see 1 or 2 thumbs up means that somebody liked our video, means a lot to us. While you're down there, hit that subscribe button, check out our online store. We sell merch. We have posters to decorate your guys' setups with, and we have shirts and sweaters. So I'll catch you guys on the next detail. Stay safe.
Here at Stance Bros, we're recognized as one of Calgary's premier detailing spas. Our meticulous attention to detail ensures every vehicle entrusted to us leaves looking its best. Join us on this channel as we showcase our passion for cars, detailing expertise, and exciting car content. At Stance Bros, we're cultivating a community united by our passion for all things automotive.
Nice stance, bro.